Okay, so it's 4 o'clock and let's go ahead and start this webinar. First of all, thank you everyone for coming. For this webinar, we would like to take about 20 to 30 minutes to showcase the OrionStar Open Platform Advantage intro. And hopefully by the end of this webinar, you guys will have a better idea of what our software advantages are comparing to our peers. And for this webinar, we have contents containing robot technology intro, the robot OS architecture, some unique selling points of our software platform. And we also have 3 different case studies for different development modes for the robot, and some other server-side development case studies. And last but not least, a quick intro of who we are. So for the first part is the robot technology introduction. With a multitude of self-developed technologies, OrionStar provide a solid guarantee to meet the diverse needs of our customers. So we have a lot of self-developed end-to-end AI technology, such as remote noise reduction algorithm, speech recognition algorithm, intelligent face recognition algorithm. We have indoor navigation algorithm, combining vision and laser recognition, and also cloud-based big data algorithm and applications. For the software layer, it's also open source. It's fully self-developed navigation technology in-house here at OrionStar. And we have open voice and robot OS powered by open source Android. Third, we have our own self-developed standardized hardware and R&D system, equipped with a fully self-developed standardized hardware R&D system, end-to-end capabilities in machine design, integration, supply chain, and we also manufacture our own hardware. And last, our Cloud Brain Edition server layer. It's a self-developed Cloud Brain server, enabling collaboration with industry partners for various solutions, remote control, configuration through the cloud alongside robust robot capabilities. All right, so let's take a look at the robot OS architecture. So as you can see, we visualize the OS architecture on the right. At the very bottom are the algorithms and APIs that we just mentioned at the last slide, containing speech, network, navigation, our main tablet, which is the head, and hardware. We have the core and service layers interact with the robot AI algorithm to access and control robots' fundamental capabilities. We also have the SDK API available, offering a software development toolkit and application programming interface, which is also known as the API, and also the in-house system app, providing the most fundamental system service capabilities for robots. And this part is going to be very, very technical, and there's a lot of details. So for people that are interested in the technical specs, we strongly recommend you to visit the link on the bottom left, the official website, which is doc.orionstar.com. Understand that the robot OS is developed by OrionStar. It's an open development platform that offers a comprehensive suite of robot business solutions that encompasses a rich software and hardware environment, open source templates, and OrionStar's cutting edge AI technology. So once again, we strongly encourage you to visit this website on the bottom left, which is doc.orionstar.com. Here are some of the unique selling points of our software platform. First, it's a truly open platform. The LuckyBot, LuckyBot Pro, and the GreetingBot Mini of OrionStar support native code access for business logic layer. After customers sign the NDA agreement with us, they can understand our robot's application development logic and customize the basic business logic to meet their specific needs. So basically it means once we have a mutual sign, we'll be able to give you some assistance in terms of how to use our open source platform to develop your own applications. Second, there's a fully open platform, rich development interface with more than 60 scene components and more than 200 free APIs. So the users can customize functionalities, controls, and data visualizations on both the robot and backend systems. Third, it is very easy to develop. OrionStar's exclusive plugin-based development technology allows customers to seamlessly integrate their existing Android applications into the OrionStar robot program. And last, it is a low-cost investment. OrionStar uses a modular software system for the robot OS, enabling direct embedding of other applications, thus supporting plugin-based development as well. So it's fast, it's low cost, and it's a fully open source platform. What makes OrionStar stand out with these exclusive attributes? From the software standpoint, with a unique end-to-end AI technology by OrionStar, our platform provides developers with a complete set of robot business logic solutions. Developers can quickly harness all the robot's capabilities and bring their robot business ideas to life in just a few days. From the hardware perspective, we utilize the high-performance Qualcomm Snapdragon 845 chipset, guaranteeing smooth multitasking, stable modular software, plugin development, and extensive app compatibility based on the ARM architecture. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the case studies for different development modes for the robot. So the three main development modes are the APK for native Android development, the OPK, and the APK with robot plugin development. For native Android development, APK is you're basically developing a robot app using Java on the Android platform, requiring a complete development without utilizing existing functionalities. That is the first one. The second is the robot plugin development, which is a OPK option. You will be developing a robot app suitable for robots using JavaScript based on React Native, allowing for secondary development on top of existing functions. And the third one is the robot plugin development. It's developing a robot app suitable for robots using Java based on the Android platform, also allows for secondary development on top of the existing functionalities. And for this video right here, it's basically showcasing what you can do with our software platform. So right here, what it's showing is we provide prepackaged navigation and positioning capabilities with interfaces. So you can achieve customized UI, scene functionalities by completing directional business level development based on your requirements. So for this video, you can see the graph on the UI, the buttons, the locations, the layout, everything is customizable. So basically, the UI you just saw is a drastically different user interface than the stock user interface, and that's all done with the APK secondary development. For the second case study, this is also done by the APK, but this one is much more complicated, incorporating ordering kiosks, POS systems, a table tracker, or some places they call it a pager, a kitchen display system, and a call button. So let me show you the video. This for this right here, our developers basically were able to connect an ordering kiosk with our robot. So this man right here is basically ordering food from the kiosk. And once the order is placed, it notifies the KDS, and the KDS is also connected with the robot. The robot understands when the meal is ready to be picked up. It goes to the kitchen, picks up the food, and it knows where to deliver the food because of the table tracker. So this is a very, very complicated, complete set of restaurant dining solution, and it's also done by the APK secondary development case study. And the robot will be able to track down which table the customer is sitting down at because of the table tracker. And once you place the table tracker on the robot, it knows that you're done, you've gotten your order yet, and then it'll return to its standby point. Here is a quick before and after um, using the complicated restaurant dining solution developed through our secondary development platform. Before, we have people that are experiencing low work efficiency and high error rates. Then the servers might be distracted and it has an impact on customer service. And they also run into problem with receiving payment. Sometimes it's slow. And with a solution like we just showed, we see benefits such as shortened pickup process. It simplifies the whole ordering, dining, sitting down, and serving food process. It saves time. Thus, it will probably need less server for the same amount of job. It's also more time focused on table service. Your servers are able to focus more on upselling or selling products that have a bigger profit margin. And also with our platform, we're able to incorporate more payment options with more choices, Visa, Master, QR code, et cetera, et cetera. This is also another case study. Instead of the API option, this is developed using the OPK secondary development. So customers use their own self-developed OPK on our robot by sending order tasks to the OPK that utilizes our navigation capabilities for the delivering process. So what it's basically doing is customers would put their order in from the table side ordering, and then the system displays shows the order. After the order is ready, the waiter or the server can receive the task on the robot, confirm order, and then they can start the delivery process. Let's take a look at this video. So right here, you can basically see the ordering showing up on the robot, notifying the server which goes where. Okay. And here are some advantages and disadvantages using the three different options. For the APK development without plugin, some of the advantages are it's open and flexible. There's basically no limitation to the development, and it has access to all Android features. The disadvantage for this option is that the existing OPK is written for the robot. The compatibility components are not reusable. So it's highly customized, highly tailored to your needs. So when would this option be more useful is when heavy customization is needed. Let's say you already have existing Android app, you don't want to develop it again. You have complex functionalities that you wanna achieve, requires interaction with the Android system, so on and so forth. So if you have a more bigger project that requires a complicated functionality, this might be the choice for you. And second is the plugin development, OPK. It derives from the React Native, like we mentioned before. It's easier to grasp for the front end or React programmers or coders. It's seamless interaction with robot functions without delays. So it's faster with the OPK option. The disadvantages is that when utilizing non-packaged Android native features, Java programmers are required to write local libs. Some applicable scenarios for OPK is light customization development with existing robot capability. Developers are proficient in web development with expertise in JavaScript or TypeScript, then you might be interested in looking into the OPK option. And last is the plugin development APK. The advantages is that those are derived from the Java encapsulation. It has seamless interaction with robot functions without delays. That's complemented with plugins for reusability of existing functions and customization of new functions. The disadvantage is it's adding an intermediate layer of plugins in the process flow, and it can have a certain impact on the performance. So it's basically a heavier load for the hardware or the software. It is best used for moderate customization development, complementing existing functionalities with plugins, and also development custom features independently. And next, let's take a look at some of the server-side development and case studies. So for the server-side development, we have a flexible backend development platform. It's independent server-side implementation with access to OrionStar's backend APIs. You can integrate it with your existing backend to access our backend APIs. So this video right here, what's basically showing is that, before we show you the video, let me give you a backstory of this video, is that in just 1 hour, a Brazilian customer of ours developed an application using our cloud API. This app allows users to remotely control the robot's navigation and voice commands through a simple button interface on the tablet. And let's take a look at the video. So it's able to remote control the robot. And that was done through our server-side development. OrionStar's API and comprehensive documentation enabled rapid integration for developers, showcasing our technical prowess and service capabilities as an AI robot manufacturers. Here is another case study, I believe, which is in Japan. It's basically the same logic, and let's go over the workflow here. The robot reaches the destination, which is in front of a certain room, and the arrival information is uploaded to the OrionStar server. The customer server would retrieve that arrival information from the OrionStar server, and the customer server triggers terminal ringing to notify the customers in the room that your robot has arrived. Take a look at the video. This is a notification notifying you that the robot has arrived. And you can pick up your order or delivery and then tell the robot that you're finished. Through the robot service endpoint, customers inside the karaoke private rooms receive the notification on their screen when the robot arrives at the entrance, allowing self-service pickup, and you get the deal. To wrap things up, we would like to give you a quick introduction of our robot, just in case there are people that are not familiar with our company. Our company is called OrionStar Robotics. We are a global AI service robot solution company founded in 2016. We have employ self-developed full chain artificial intelligence technology, such as voice interaction, visual navigation, and integrates unique product development and technical application capabilities. We also released the LuckyBot, LuckyBot Pro, the GreetingBot Mini, and the Coffee Master on the basis of its robotic arm platform. We have established the Robot OS, an open platform for OrionStar, and are driven to use AI technology to empower more people with truly useful robots. In 2023, we prioritize customer satisfaction as our top priority and have formed a service-oriented marketing strategy to provide customers with exceptional service. Our footprints as of end of June of this year is that we have deployed more than 50,000 units around the globe. And that's obviously the majority of them would be in Asian Pacific markets, but we do have plans spreading to all over the world. Thank you very much for listening. That wraps up the PowerPoint presentation. And for the remainder of this webinar, Yami is going to take over and answer your questions. Yami?
Hello everyone. Thanks for sharing about our actual development advantage. Hope that everyone can have a basic understanding. And today I'm working together with my colleague, developer. I invite my developer in the company to answer the question and answer session. So if you have any questions, and then you can raise your hand, I will give you the talking permission so that you can talk directly. And now I would like to answer some questions that in the chat box first. And first question is from Mohammed, and talking about is this SDK compatible with Kotlin? So yes, the SDK introduced in the application development is a Java language, which can be imported with the integrated development environment. So the answer is yes. And the next question is still from Mohammed. Does it support Arabic language for voice and interface? This question I will divide it into two parts. First, both I'm not sure what you already have the robot or what kind of robot you have now. For Mini and Lucky, it's the same situation. And now we have integrated with the ChatGPT, which can dealing with the natural language dealing. So it can answer the Arabic language, but you know, Arabic language is quite different from the other. It reads from the left to the right. So we need to do some UI adaptation. So, and then we will need to put some energy to redo this whole UI adaptation and into our room. So we are still evaluating the marketing demand in the Arabic language. Thank you. And next question, which robot function can be used with application development? For example, speech, navigation, vision, and other sensors. Well, the whole OrionStar robot family can support with those functions you mentioned. As you can see, almost all the functions you can use, we have an open interface to you. So I'm not sure what function you're talking with. And what is one question from Nick? What business function can be used in application development? Well, from the application development and also the server development, as Kevin mentioned, all the functions you see on platform and all the functions we have can be opened with the established SDK and API to your side. So later, after the meeting, and also in this presentation, the marketing will share this presentation into our official website, so you can have a check and to learn about what interfaces we provide to your site, so you can have a better understanding. And another question, Mohammed. In order to talk to the robot, do we have to say any hot word like Google Assistant, or the robot can always listen to voice command without any voice activation? Yes, our robots have the wake up word. For Lucky, it's called OK Lucky, and the Mini support with OK Mini. And there's a two method to use it. There's a two button. It's a two hidden button in the robot settings. One is ASR pickup button, and the other is the ASR continue pickup button. So when you open these two buttons together, so which means you also open the ASR continue pickup, then you don't have to say the wake up words all the time. So like when you first open the voice interaction and you say, okay, Lucky, and then talking with the questions. And then in the next future, you don't have to talk about the wake up word every time. But if you turn off the ASR continue pickup, then you have to, every time you give the command or a question to the robot, then you have to say, okay, Lucky, or okay, Mini. And then the robot will notice that you are talking with him, because some of customers saying that if we keep opening the ASR pickup together, ASR pickup button together, so the robot will keep answering the questions. Sometimes it could be annoying. That's the design. And that this robot has any default NLU, or we need to integrate with third-party services like, oh, sorry. That this robot has any default NLU, or do we need to integrate with third-party services like Development-8th? So for the moment, the Google Development-8th and ChatGPT we have dealing the integration with our robot. So all you need to do is open a Google Development-8th account or the ChatGPT account, and then follow our technical support to do some simple configuration. Then you can realize question and answers. But if you are talking about so you are trying to introduce some of the other language sessions, then you will need to do the actual development from your side and check whether they have a open API to you. And next question from Task: is there a way to send wired control inputs to external microcontroller or single board computer like Raspberry Pi on LuckyBot?
LuckyBot would not support the wire controller. If you want LuckyBot communication to external, there is two way, through the Wi-Fi or through the Bluetooth. Just the two ways. But in the mini bot, we support use a USB cable to connect their micro USB port, so that you can send or receive the data to the external devices.
Okay, the next question: how easy it is to service the robot? For example, to replace a broken wheel. Well, good question. And well, we have worked cooperate with many distributors, and we also have the technical support. Normally, we dealing with this replacement, but from a remote video. So to guide you how to replace a broken wheel, it's very easy to. It's very easy to replace it, and also we can provide you the video for your reference. It's just sometimes you just need to rotate some screws. Do you and the question from Mark: do you have a ChatGPT API? Well, the API is provided by the ChatGPT, so yes, they are opening the ChatGPT API, and so that's the reason why we have integrated the ChatGPT into our robot. So now, if you have our robot, you can, and also you have opened the ChatGPT account, then you can experience how the ChatGPT working on our robots. Are you having a library of apps, even designed by customer to install on the robots? Design by customer. Well, if you are developing or application where you're downloading a third-party app, so we have the app browser on our robot, and then you can download that software from that edge browser. And the other way is using our software robot assistant. If you want to download the software into our robot, then you can contact our technical support. They will send you an article and give you the guidance on how to download the software into our robots. And another question from Mohammed. Do you also provide any emulator support for the development of apps for OrionStar robots?
Which one?
Okay.
Do you have this one? Right. Currently we have no elevator support. You should debug your application in the real robot with the ADB bridge.
Can we import external maps in this robot?
What's the define of the external maps? If you mean the map for robot navigation, that's not possible. We have our the robot maps format. This is the that is a private format and designed for our robot only. If you mean you want to build in a map for reality, yes, it's possible.
Whom shall I reach out for any partnership or collaboration opportunities with OrionStar? Well, which market you are doing now? I'm not sure. So that's you can calculate. Okay, so later we will leave the message in the chat box, and then so you can reach out that email and contact the right person. Okay.
Okay, just
we will leave later. We will leave the email in the chat box. Please kindly check.
发给所有主持人和嘉宾。感谢。
And another question from MD Shen. Can we navigate this robot offline from one place to another place? Well, the robot can be used offline. So if the robot's navigation ability is mainly working on for example, the lidar, the RGB camera, and also the odometer. So it's able to use when the robot is offline. But if you want to remotely control the robot from one place to another on our provided app, which means that the robot status must be uploaded to that server, and then the robot you can control it through your app. So that will need to connect to the internet.
Question? This one?
One question from Hamid. Can I make map tool with SDK API? Sure, that's what we can provide it. You can make your own map tool. Like one of our agents have already did that function with our open SDK, so that you could be browsed from our official developer link. One question from Mark Hamster. Can you import a GPEG floor plan to use as ROS map? No, now all our robot is based on the Android system, so it's not supported the ROS system. So the answer is no. Is there a way to send weird control input-output to external macro controller or single board computer like Raspberry Pi on LuckyBot, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth? I guess the only way is to use application.
Yeah.
Should I use native Android development or robot plugin development? Will we be able to share us more details on this later? Sure, no problem. You can contact the technical. You can contact our technical support for more of the info. The answer is yes. And another question. Hello, is there a way to edit the Xiaobao app, robot app, for example, to change the interface or add some functions?
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to change the Xiaobao app directly. So I think you can from our app, you can only do some uploading customization from like pictures, video, text to speech broadcast simply. So if you want to have your own UI showings and the other logic, so like our Korean distributor, you can develop an application to do all these changes, like define your own UI and also your own logic to add some different functions. You can define your own application. That's the way.
Yes, I have additional information for you for this question. Actually, the Xiaobao app is a container, the APK container that include a lot of React Native code. So if your team have a skill of the React Native development, so you can use this language to change the Xiaobao app, the UI or other logic, but it's hard to it's harder to modify because it's a complicated React Native applications. It's not based on the Java Android APK.
Okay, I just send an email so everybody can check. So if you have any question after the meeting, you can contact this email firstly.
Next.
Step.
So how do you do navigation? Stack running all right. How do we implement the navigation as a technical secret for our company? But we provide the API, a standard Android API and SDK for you control the system or the whole system. For example, navigation to the point and stop navigation and turn right, turn left. So you have enough API to control the robot moving. You do not to concern how we do it in the lower level. Yeah.
And is it a question from Herbert? Is it possible to remote mapping process where technical need to be in place? Well, we have open function like remote mapping in our backend platform. That's so the distributor can be stay at home and give the guidance to the people on site. So most of the function can be done from the distributor at home, but some of the function, like there's only two procedures, like scanning the map and also push the robot to each of the spots, need to be done from someone on site. So yes, one of the technical where your end customer must be in place so that they can do the mapping. Which version of Android is on this robot? Is 9.0 from Mahant. And another issue from Hammond. Thank you for answer. I have two questions. One is I can't find MapPath save and modify and get MapPath in the official developer homepage. Another one is can I collect robot log?
I can find my path, save and modify, and get map in the official develop. Okay. Another one is can I collect robot log? Okay. There are two questions. The first question answer is you cannot directly access the map files because we will regularly to change the map format. So you should avoid to editing the map or access it. So you can use our API to access them instead of directly read or write the files. So another question to collect the robot. Yes, yes, it is. Certain parts. But if you are APK developer, you can just print your log as usual in your Android Studio. We will log it, log all the controller debugger information in our path.
Okay. Another question is from Ham. Is there a possibility to develop a remote mapping camera that is held by hand or a similar method to create map instead of taking the entire robot to the place?
Okay. There is a way. You can let the robot carry a phone and make a phone call, make a video call to yourself via WhatsApp or Zoom. We provide a function in the cloud platform as a remote mapping. So the remote mapping will let you see the mirror of the screen. And in the other hand, your phone camera will let you see the real-time reality photos. So I think it's a workaround.
Question from OneCraft. Could we get a presentation afterward? Yes. So all the inviters we will send you the presentation after the meeting to your email so that you could check. How does robots learn to navigate in a particular space? What is the process for the user to teach the robot how to navigate in a particular space? Well, that will need you to stand at the back of the robot at the very beginning to push it around the whole place you plan to run in the real life. And then, so the robot will learn the mapping and the environment through the lidar on the chassis of the robots. That is how it's knowing the mapping and also how to navigate in a particular space. So after mapping, you will need to push the robot to the particular spaces, for example, table 1, table 2, and then the robot will notice where the table 1, table 2 went during its delivery. Do you have any training videos available for mapping from Minecraft? Yes, so you can contact our technical support, or you can reach out the email address to leave your questions, and then someone will, when we saw the message, we will contact you with the provided info.
Which one? Okay. 看见了呀。Okay. Do these robots support BLE for connecting with external devices? Yes, it is. Other question?
Is there any other questions? It seems that there's another one. Okay, so rather than push robot, you could use a remote control UI, Bluetooth, or wireless IP socket to robot with simple UI.
Okay. You can log into our cloud platform. It's from the internet. There's no need Bluetooth or wireless IP. Just connect your robot to the internet, and you can log in from PC browser. Log into our web platform. In the platform, there is a function named remote mapping. The remote mapping will send the mirror of the robot screen to your computer, but you just can see it. You cannot control it. Therefore, if people in the set, whatever they understand the robot or not, just the waiter or the boss of the restaurant, you can just let these people to push the robot around and finish the map creating. You can start and end and save the map from the website. Yeah, the people on the site, they do not need know the robot how to click button. No, they don't need. They just push the robot to scan the whole places. That's all.
To ask if they could please be used offline for
Yes.
application development. Yes.
Yes, it's a standard SDK for Android. Yeah.
Danny Chen, if we have more than two posts, say master and slave in a store, can a single cloud API accept two post table API in the same store to connect the one?
So two post table API in the same store to connect. What's the question about relate about? It depends on what kind of post.
Okay.
Yeah. Where is the post? Who is the post vendor?
If
Yes.
so, if we have more than two posts, say master and slave in a store, can a single cloud API accept two post table API in the same store to connect the one robot? Well, that will depend on what host system you are using now. So if you could send more of the info after meeting to us. So let's have a real check after once you provided the specific info. Okay, so everything is cloud-based for nav. Thanks from Mark Hemister.
Not exactly. For navigation is a local in the robot. It doesn't is nothing to do with the cloud. We provide the cloud platform is just for the administrator to create a map or add a map and publish the map to the robot local. In the daily use, the robot do not need any internet connection. They can navigation to any place in the existing map.
Okay, now no more new questions. Is there any? So we will. So we will wait about 1 minute. If there is no new questions, we will stop it here.
Any question? Just send your email request to the email address or contact your technician support.
Okay, thanks for everybody participating in our webinar of the extra development advantage. And I really hope that everyone could learn about the extra development of our robot so that you could realize more functional ability on our robot and give the marketing more potential opportunities. So I really hope this could be helpful for you guys. And if you have any questions, and then like my colleague said, please just send an email or contact our technical support for more of the support. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.